Diamond Dallas Page, DDP. Sir, how are you? And thank you for taking the time to join us this morning.
Oh, I've been holding up good for moments. Then sometimes, ah, um, when Dusty passed, Scott, you know, guys, there's so many of our guys who've gone that were instrumental in my life, like crazy instrumental. I got to give you the lead in. So, because you can't tell this when you're doing stuff like on the news and you got 4 minutes and 32 seconds to talk, right? But we have a thing called Transformation Nation. We just developed it this year. It's been an overall success. And all the people who graduated, not all of them could come, but about 100 made it down there who really put the work into it for the whole DDP yoga weekend, right? And I've got a virus in my eye, and it's slightly in this one, but it's really bad in this one. And there's nothing you can do. They got some kind of gauze that I'm getting today, hopefully. But I really felt like dog shit, right? And everybody's expecting me to come, but I just can't kick out. And right before I say, fuck it, man. My doc told me to just ice the eye. Icing an eye. I never would have thought that would be the call, but it felt a little bit better. I kicked out. I went there. I prepared something really amazing for that one group of people, and I'll go back again tomorrow and do it again. But um, I was on the stage and I was grabbing my stuff after the big group picture we took and everything. And Paige comes up to me and she grabs me. She goes, "Come here, come here." I go, "Well, let me get my bag, baby." "No, no, come here." I go, "Babe, I don't know. Just leave the bag." I'm like, what the hell did I do? I don't know. I thought it was something I did wrong or something. Because my wife and I never argue ever. But she was like stern with me. I didn't get it. And then she took me in the back room with my business partner, Steve Yu, and they told me. And whew, that took my breath away, bro. Like, and I knew Hulk was facing some adversity, but he always kicks out. He always kicks out. So that kind of knocked me on my ass. So, man, I got so many um, amazing memories that, again, you can't tell. You can tell them here, but you can't tell them like on a 4 minute news thing.
Yeah.
I'm in Berlin. I'm wrestling Duggan. We're the first match every night. Around the fifth, we were in Berlin. I think it was about 5 matches in this 2 week tour we were on. And when I come through the curtain, Hulk grabs me and he pulls me over. And he goes, "So how are you doing it?" I go, "Doing what? Well, did I do something wrong?" He goes, "No. How are you? How are you getting so much better?" He goes, I never see you on TV anymore because they weren't booking me on TV, right? And then he answers the question. He goes, "This is what they've been doing with you, right? They've been putting you on the road so you can learn your craft. Because when I see you come out every once in a while, you got something new. It's been interesting to watch here. So, I've been watching you again over this loop here." And he said, "So how are you doing it?" I go, um, well, when he said, "How they're making you do the tour around," when he said that, I said, "Hulk, no, that's not what they're doing. I haven't been on the road in 4 months." That's what I said to him, and he goes, "4 months?" I go, "The only reason I'm on this card because my real name before I changed it to Dallas Page was Falkenberg, and the Krauts love their Germans, and I got a smoking hot wife that walks me to the ring." I said, "It's the only reason I'm on this card, bro." And I tell you, God's honest truth, I'm fed up because these guys are never going to give me an opportunity. And one of my closest friends is Kevin Nash. We used to tag together. I said, but we're really close still today. And I'm going to see if he can get me tried. I'm going to ask for my release. And he said, "Before you do that," he goes, "let me tell you something. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it because it's not today or next year or the year after. He goes, but somewhere down the line, I honestly believe that you could draw huge money with me. And he walked away. And all I could think about was like, did Hulk Hogan just tell me he watched my matches? And one of the things that I strongly believe at my core, a lot of people believe it's all about who you know or who knows you. But what it's really about is who's willing to say they know you. Who's willing to pick up the phone and make a call for you and put their name on the line for you? And Dusty, Kevin, Scott, Bischoff, all those guys, they did that for me at certain times. So I would have considered that talk positive bullshit like number 7, because he's saying it to me, but he ain't saying it to anybody else. And I went to go up the stairs to get on the bus, and I hear Diamond. I have always called Hulk. I have never called him Terry, and he's almost all the time called me Diamond. He goes, come here. I walk downstairs into the room, his locker room, and Bischoff's with him. And he says to Eric, he says, I know you guys are bros. He said, you guys need to do something. You need to do something with him because I feel down the line, he could draw huge money with me. And now my fucking jaws dropped, right? This is 1994-ish. Whenever Hulk came in and we did a tour, it might be 95. I can't remember. And here's what happens. We get back home. And I was ready to ask for my release, man. I was ready to ask. And Eric comes over and he goes, well, I ran it up the flagpole. And to be truthful, he goes, D, the committee, they don't see it. They don't see it. He goes, how about this? He goes, me and you, it's no secret you helped me get this job. Me and you got a job here anytime you want, ever. He goes, why don't I give you a release? You go to New York and you get over the way you believe you will, and then I'll be able to pay you the money you believe you deserve. And I've never told this story before, this part. I was so hot because they don't see it. And I get it. I'm 38 years old. I've been working 3 years. I get it, but I don't because no one worked harder than me. And I said, you know what, E? I'm not asking for my release. I was before I talked to Hulk. But now that I know in my soul that Jody Hamilton, one of the drew money forever, 25 years with a mask on, when he tells me that I've got the ability to be a top guy in our business, Jake Roberts tells me I'm going to be one of the biggest stars in this business, friggin' Dusty Rhodes finally believes that I'm going to be, because he was down the power plant one day when I was just coming back from being injured and they let me go. And I was just coming back and he put me in a ring with somebody, worked with him a little bit. And then I went out and did all my thing. And the bottom line is I thought Dusty had left, but he was in the back and he was watching. And when I came in to meet with him after the pleasantries, family, blah, 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 he said, D, I know you've always seen yourself as the top performer in our business, but I gotta be honest, D, I never saw it until yesterday. I got Jody, Jake, Dusty, and now Hulk. I said, bro, I'm not going nowhere. They've never made a homegrown talent in this country, in this company. I'm going to shove my fist so far up the booking committee's ass, when I move my fingers, their mouth moves. That's how passionate I was. And it was Hulk. Like, you guys have heard me say this before. This is my quote. never never underestimate the power someone gives you by believing in you. Hulk, Dusty, Jake, Jody. And you go 4 years in the future, and Rodman is sitting next to Jay on the Tonight Show, and Hulk sitting next to him. And Mr. Karl Malone, the mailman, today the fourth in all-time high points in the NBA, which is unbelievable. Me and Karl Malone walk in from the wings, throw down the chairs, and shoot our angle on the fucking Tonight Show. That was unbelievable. It's the second highest drawing pay-per-view of all time. So I guess Hulk was right.
Wow, when you look at Hulk, and you just said it, like what he was able to do in the 80s and that golden era, the Rock and Wrestling Connection, but then again in the 90s with the NWO. I mean, Dallas, I don't think there's anybody that could be at the top in one era and then at the top in a completely different era, in a different company, different character, the whole deal. Like, it's that I don't think that's anything we've ever seen in the history of pro wrestling.
I don't think it's even possible to see it in two different companies.
Yep.
Like, there was a time when he first got there on that same tour where he said that to me later, because there's a picture I have somewhere in here of me and Sting and Hulk and Pillman. And I remember this like it was yesterday. And then, whatever that year was, 94 or 95, Hulk says to us, you know, things are about to fire up around here. He goes, I can feel it. He said, I seen it once, and I feel like I'm watching it all over again. We're going to ride this tsunami. It's still building right now, but when it hits, boys, be prepared. Like he was calling the future there. You know, it was that was a moment, yeah, and we all, yeah, you know, all shots, boom, boom, you know. But I never forgot it, man. I was like, later on, because Bischoff, when he would say, yo, we're gonna beat him. We're gonna be number one. And I used to be thinking, what the fuck is he smoking? We are never going to, you know, but he saw it. I tell people all the time, you know, the people who say, oh, I believe it when I see it. Unfortunately, those people never see shit. But the people who say, I believe it because I see it, those are the game changers. Those are the guys who make things happen. And along the line, we've all done that. Every single one of the boys has done that and seen some part, especially the guys who got to that upper level. Dave LaGreca he told me when he was sitting right here at my house that eventually he's going to have a wrestling channel. Like, that's the overall picture. I see it. And now, congratulations, bro. This is the first time we've talked since that.
And I remember the conversation. I remember sitting down with you, and everybody that listens to this show knows you, has heard you on here. Like, when you're around Dallas, you have that gift of positivity. You know, in this world now, a lot of negativity, a lot of people trying to bring you down. I have never met somebody like you that just has that aura of, like, getting that little something out of somebody and bringing it out so you see the big picture. Now, maybe it's from your career in wrestling where you've dealt with so much and you had to work your ass to get to where you were. Maybe it is hearing those conversations from Hogan and from Dusty and from Jake. But dude, you inspire people. And it's hard not for somebody to be around you and be like, yeah, I fucking see the big picture. You bring that out in people. You do. And thank
Thank
you.
you, man.
And thank God for that, because you see that in people. You have changed people's lives. And I remember that conversation with you where I'm like, yeah, you know what? I love doing this show. I would love for this to go 24/7. And you're like, why not? Why can't it go 24/7? And then I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. It's a special. I'm humbled by I'm humbled just to be in this spot, living the dream the way I have. And you've been to my house, Dave. You know, I'm living. I'm 69, and I'm living my best life because I have the partner I'm with. And Kimberly was amazing, and she's the COO of our company now, DDP Yoga. Um, and when she saw me, we only fit 50 people in the DDP Yoga Performance Center workout area. And when she saw me and the people that we've touched and the stories that I was telling, to inspire people, and then to get up and do a workout that I guarantee you half those people didn't think they could do anything like it. But I showed them a modification, as you know, all the way through it. It was really special, man. And, today, as good as the life that I living that dream on its ultimate level in the late 90s, I'm living that same dream now. And it's kind of even cooler, man. It's like, because I'm not afraid. I'm not even, if I die in the next 2 seconds, I always like to say that so there's no anything can happen. Uh, I'm good. I mean, I don't want to go because I love my wife, Paige, so much. But if God decides it's time for me to head on, I'm, I don't want to go, but I think I'm okay.
Dallas, listen, first and foremost, when I do my show, I do it standing up for all 3 hours. When you saw me last time, I could barely walk, and now I do the show every day standing up, which is and thank you for sharing those stories. Thank you so much for taking the time. Dallas, thank you. We love you, and we appreciate you, and I know this is a tough time, but you'll get through it. We'll all get through it, and thank you for everything you do.
I just want to show you this one picture on the way out of here. This is something that I saved, and look at these three icons that I'm with.
Yep.
Friggin' Piper and the Hulkster and me and Savage. What a card that was there, man. What a picture to be in the middle of those three amazing, amazing human beings on top of being incredibly, insanely over. All right, boys.